welcome back to the That's It Fantasy Football League podcast. Joey Barista, Lau, Tutu King, the Don Master in the house. Week number 12, so long. Lucky number 13. Let's go.
That's it.
All right.
Welcome back, Jake, and belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, what a week, huh?
Yeah. Wild.
I mean, we were talking off the air, and I said that that I've been getting a lot of those matchups on Monday nights where I lose on Monday. But a lot of those I was like either just barely winning or whatever the case is. What's wild about our matchup is that you were even farther expanded at the half. Like your lead had even increased at the halfway point. So
yeah,
I didn't have the guts to watch the game. I watched it on my phone like a coward.
Same.
And I think it was a point where it was like 126.6 to 126.7 or something. And I was like, my whole perspective of the full day, my mood could change completely at that moment. And it was like 10:45 at night. My whole day just got better at 10:45. So
meanwhile, I went to bed early and then woke up and went,
oh, fuck off. Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you're more cowardly than I am.
Risky game to play.
Oh, you would, Jake, would you, okay, Jake, would you stay up and watch like I did, or would you go to bed?
Yeah, it's close. I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at least on your phone. Are you watching the game?
yeah. I'm not even doing anything. I'm watching it. Like, yeah, I've watched a few games based on like my matchup and what I needed. The games I wouldn't have watched. Like, I didn't watch yesterday's game. I didn't even know who was playing. When they said that the Steelers and Colts were playing, I thought they were advertising next week's Thursday game. I did not know that. I was like, oh, it's Monday. I was already so out of it already, so it didn't matter. That's the way it goes.
I think I had also had my share of football disappointment on Sunday. So,
Oof.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of disappointment, let's get into this week's weekly pick'ems.
all right, I guess I'll start us off with how things went last week.
Yes. Let's hear it. It's getting close.
All right.
Has to
Yeah, it
be.
was real close last week, and wait till you hear this week.
I plummeted then.
Third place finish for me, 50-50, 3 out of a possible 6. Pretty good, right? Nah, not really, because Jake had 5 correct.
Oh, back in it.
And for only the second time this season overall, Jose, 6 for 6, buddy. Nicely done.
Bang.
Which now is even more wild for the year because that puts both you and I at 42 correct, 30 incorrect, 583 average. And Jake is 1 pick behind, 41 correct, 31 incorrect, 569 average. So it is getting tight, fellas.
I had
that's
the scores were 0-0.
I know. It took us all fucking year when we caught up.
Wow.
Right?
Oh man, I got to relook at my picks already this week. I mean, I selected them, but now I really got to select them. Holy shit! Same, right? Like we're all picking. I'm just picking whatever Jake's picking, just so I can stay ahead. Like what a fucking piece of shit! What a piece of shit!
I'll be doing that. No way. Don't do that. Alrighty, let's let the drama continue, huh? You guys know the drill. 1 bite. I mean, I read all the matchups based off my order. First matchup, myself against AJ. I'll let one of you gentlemen start it off.
Take it away. I have to open the app.
Oh, all right. I'm not picking first every time. I have Lau winning this matchup.
I too have Loud winning this matchup.
Alrighty. Trifecta for myself.
Oh, you're not gonna sway away here?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I was in AJ's corner last week, but he wasn't looking so hot, and well, obviously, I'm hoping that continues, but I'm thinking that that's going to be the outcome. Next matchup, I'll start with myself since Jose's too chicken shit to start everyone himself first and wants to hear what we're picking. Jake is playing Jeff, and I am picking Jake. These two, one clearly outperformed the other last week, let's say. So I'm going with Jake here. He's looking stronger. Jeff, not nearly as much. Jose, to you, what you got?
It's much closer on paper than what I think will be the outcome. Like, it's projecting to be closer, but what I've been saying all year is projections don't mean shit. I got Jake in this one as well.
I'm gonna go with myself as well. Let's hope I get Herbert. Let's hope I get Herbert to do last week. But
I think also though, like, this is a great quarterback matchup. The Mahomes versus Herbert.
Just guys, be honest. This is a 2-2 bowl preview. Say it.
I don't know, man.
Nope.
Okay, this isn't the 2-2 bowl preview.
Nope.
Okay.
Woo.
So no matter what happens from this point on, this really set the tone for the show. Good.
I mean, it's not guaranteed to not be the 2-2 bowl, but it's not guaranteed to be the 2-2 bowl.
No, this isn't the 2-2 bowl. I'm taking myself though for sure. I need to get back on that winning path.
Alrighty. Keep the rotation going. We're gonna go to you first, Jake, on this one. Mike against Charles. I think this might be the first one where we differ a little bit. We got Jake.
Charles. The more he gets upset about his team every week, his team performs the best. Josh Jacobs went crazy. He's on a roll. I thought I outsmarted him. Mixon's out. I pick up the backup, get a touchdown. But it's not about me. This is about Charles, and his team is looking right now. His team's looking pretty good. Like, he caught some fire. His team is playing good all around. I'm giving it to Charles.
What do you got, Lau?
I'm going with Charles as well. I know Mike's team has been strong, but he's got I know this is something he goes week to week with the two guys he has, but I don't think he's looking so good with McCaffrey and Kamara's status as far as injury and whatnot. So it's a pretty big hole to fill in a lineup.
I have Mike winning this one. I also like my chances of breaking away from the pack and picking up a W. Like, if you're going to break off on any of them, I think this is a good match to break off on.
Yeah.
So I'll have Mike on this, and also foreshadowing. This will also come into play later with my bold predictions.
Ooh. Alrighty. Jose, keep that energy going. Start off the next one. Adam's playing Papo. Who you got?
I think Papo's going to get fucking checked this week. I think it's about time he played somebody tough. He's going to play Adam, and Adam's going to fucking slaughter him. Sorry, brother.
Jake, who you got?
I'm going to take Adam as well. A funny little story about Thanksgiving. I overheard my father and Charles talking fantasy, and they called me over. It's like, who's the best running back in football right now? And me and Joey named like 5 running backs. And Dad's like, no, it's definitely Henry. Charles like, nah, it's definitely Eckler. Charles goes, it's Eckler. I go, oh, you guys are just doing this little debate of who has the better running back because it's favoritism. Like, this is your guy. That's what they're doing. So it's just funny because, like, he's clearly riding on Derrick Henry, who is a monster. But I'm still gonna go with Adam.
But just circle back real quick. I just think that Adam, I think is a good team. I've been loving Adam's team all year,
as have
publicly. But you like Adam's team just because Adam's connected to it. I actually thought his roster was well constructed. But I will say this though, depending on what Lau picks here, and Lau is probably going to pick Adam out of spite because he needs Papo to lose, so he goes up. But there's no respect for Papo being number one in the standings, and this is the first time Lau's been knocked out of one all year. So Papo can clearly win the matchup because Miami's not on a bye week, and Derrick Henry's probably playing. I don't even know who he's playing. It doesn't matter. He's a fucking stud.
The Eagles, they have a horrible.
Oh, okay.
So
how's their run defense?
He's going to go off. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, Adam can lose too, but I think Adam's going to win. But you know what I mean? Like it's not as surefire as like we're saying these other matchups. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I picked Adam. I did not pick Adam out of spite. I did not pick Adam out of standings. I picked Adam for a couple of reasons. One, Papo is... It's not a big thing, but he probably got excited he had James Conner back, but he's now on bye week after having a strong performance, so it's a little bit of a hole to fill. But more than that, I kind of think the Miami Magic is starting to fade a little bit.
Ooh.
A little bit. We're getting into
I'll tell you this.
December now.
I'll tell you this. And we only have like 5 to 6 listeners on this show, like total. But I'll tell you, you talk to your league mates, see other leagues they're in. You feel free to ask. Feel free to listen to shit you listen to on the internet. Go on Twitter. You find me a team that's heading into week 13 that's in first place that started Marcus Mariota all year.
I know, right?
Crazy. It's crazy.
Well, who was his quarterback? Didn't he pick up someone got hurt week 1?
Yeah, Dak Prescott. He dropped him. Mike picked him up.
No, he had someone week 1.
No. Dak Prescott.
No, it was Dak, man.
Oh, he got hurt. Yeah, that's why. Okay, I'm saying he had someone that started week 1 that got hurt. It was Dak.
Week 2 or something, yeah.
No, it was week. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but he didn't go. Let me hang on to him when he gets back. He dropped them,
and then just went 9-3.
Yep,
it's true.
Wild, crazy. Next matchup, real barn burner. This one, Be Rich against Ronnie.
Oof.
Jose, who you got, bud?
Well, this one's close. And I'm leaning Ronnie because Jamar Chase is coming back. And it's close. It's close on paper, and I think it's going to be close in the actual matchup. But I got Ronnie on this one.
All right. Jake?
I'm going Brian. It looks like he finally, constructed a roster of players I know. That's a big start. If you look at his bench, when you read off the names on his bench, those are the types of players he was playing all year. So he finally tinkered the right way, but he gave us a Brian. On the strength of Jalen Hurts.
I'm taking B Rich as well. 100% just a flyer pick. Let's go.
Damn.
No, it's going to be close. A bit of a coin toss, but just think it's going to be B Rich this week.
Well, again, it's another one of those, like, if we're all going one way, like, I took Ronnie. I like the split on the pick. Like, I'll take it. It's a good one to have the split.
True. Alrighty. Last matchup. Jake will start with you and then go to me because the third person involved in this podcast is part of that matchup. Tom is playing Jose.
I mean, it looks close. I don't think it's close. Having lost to one and getting destroyed by the other, I can only speak about, personal. So I lost to one and got demolished by the other. So demolishing usually wins. So let's go with Tom.
Jake's go with Tom. I
Barely. I just looked at the roster. Sorry, barely.
I think it's going to be a very narrow margin as well.
Yeah.
I'm choosing Tom as well. It's not because of last week's result. It's because of the amount of players that Jose has with Qs or IRs or Os or bye weeks. Hopefully you get that Geno magic going, Jose, but
I'm going to need it.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Who
I'm
you got for
going
this
to
one?
need it. I just want to go back and check. Jake's frozen, by the way. I don't know if it's frozen on your screen.
Nope, just you.
I have to see here. Jake lost to Tom. Well, Jake, you beat Tom 158 to 117?
I beat him?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, I thought he beat me. Who knows? Sorry, I demolished him.
That's right. You beat him 158 to 117, and then the next week I smoked you 155 to 122.
Oh,
That's why you picked Tom.
all right, Tom.
Does that change your outcome?
It does. It makes me want Tom to win even more. Tom, times 2. That was not going to strengthen my case. Oh, I actually beat you. Oh, okay.
I'm picking Tom. I thought that for me to have a shot at the 6th spot, I'd have to go 2 out of 3 between last week, this week, and next week. So I feel like this is my L, and then I'll see if I can recover for the last week of the season. But I have Tom on this one as well. Hopefully it's close and I get a shot, and we'll see what happens. But I won't be surprised if I lose by a lot. Josh Allen's a bastard.
That's true. Alrighty, that wraps us up for picks, man. Let's see how it goes. We got a real tight race in this one. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Right as the regular season's ending too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting.
This is very, yeah.
That being said, let's start recapping these highs and lows.
Jake, you seem to like to start this segment off with a bang.
Yes, sir. Start with quarterbacks as we do for 13 weeks now. The high quarterback, which I will start with, Jalen Hurts. I mean, duh. He's the MVP front runner. He's doing crazy numbers. Brian was at the house picking up something and he's, I need a big Jalen Hurts game. I need a Jalen Hurts game. And I was just being salty. I said, no, you're going to get a big running game from him. Like, it's going to be running. And he ran for 157 yards, 100 rushing yards in the first quarter alone. They showed his stats. He's putting up numbers comparable to Lamar Jackson when he was in this MVP. So, Jalen Hurts on the high. Love to see it. And that's how it goes.
Bada boom. I'll go next because I was going to shout Jake out for being humble and not picking this player because he's on his team. Instead, he went even less humble and picked the quarterback from his favorite football team. But his boy Justin Herbert, even though he didn't help Jake get the win, he did top off the scores this week with a 34.6 point performance. Pretty freaking good.
My quarterback high, and I'm hoping he got it out of his system. Joshua Allen, 253, 3 total touchdowns. And what's crazy about this matchup is that it was kind of like not a dud for the first half, but he scored 20 points by the first half. Didn't do anything the third quarter, and then they blew up in the end of the game. But that was against the Lions. That was a tough matchup for them. Maybe they're just mentally getting exhausted. It really wasn't going their way for a little bit there. They actually had to fight and stuff like that, do people some adversity. It's a division game, so we'll see for this week. But last week for sure, top 3, Joshua Allen.
Yes, sir.
32.8.
Now do we go next position, right? I always forget. All right,
Yeah,
next
we're gonna do
position,
runner
running
catch.
back. Of course, that's the natural order. Duh. High for running backs this week. There was hardly any to pick between highs. There was a lot of lows, so that's going to be more exciting. So I feel like for both positions, there wasn't like a standout player. So I went with Zeke on the strength of literally, I think he had like 16 and a half points. It's just that he hasn't been talked about all year. You know, like I'm sure he screwed over a lot of people in fantasy across ESPN as a whole because who will start that guy? Why would you flex him? Why would you start him when Pollard is going like he's clearly the better player? So Zeke shows up for Thanksgiving because if there's turkey around, homie's going to be there. And he went nuts, and good for him, I guess. So that's the high.
Who you got, Lau?
Take him out there. There you go. I went with somebody else who doesn't really get much shout outs or anything. Probably one because he's shadowed by the quarterback on his team running all over the place. Miles Sanders had 31 points.
Career high in rushing yards, baby. Yeah.
Was it?
Look at that.
Okay.
21 carries, 143, 2 touchdowns, and 3 catches for 17 yards. Not too shabby.
So Jake usually picks the number one. Like he does a lot of chalk plays where he's like, I take the number one. So when he submitted his choice first and didn't select this guy, I was like, oh, Lau's definitely going to select him. And then Lau passed on him as well. And I'm like, are you guys just letting me choose the number 2 overall running back in fantasy this year?
Yeah.
With 229 rushing yards, 74 over the air, 2 in the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Oh, another Josh. Joshua Jacobs. 48.3 points.
303 total yards. My God.
My goodness.
And no one got to see the overtime run. Did you guys see that?
Austin Eckler is number 1. Josh Jacobs is number 2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who saw?
Not the Raiders.
Who saw
they
that?
didn't give him his. They denied his thing.
And Joe just checked, and Joe Mixon's ranked 9. Charles right now has 3 of the top 10 running backs.
Apparently, Charles.
Now, did the Raiders sign him? Probably not, but that's a different story for another day.
I sent this to Mike earlier, but I'm going to send it. I'm going to tell you guys. Do you guys want to know the 2023 free agent running back class right now?
No Jacobs. That's it. Won't get signed.
Josh Jacobs
will not be a Giant.
Saquon Barkley
will not be an Eagle.
Miles Sanders
will definitely be a
Tony
Cowboy.
Pollard
will not be a
Dave
Bear.
Montgomery
will
Kareem
not be in the
Hunt
league.
Jamal Williams, Damian Harris, Jeff Wilson, and Raheem Mostert.
I'm telling you,
and Devin Singletary.
Yeah, they're
that's wild.
A lot of those guys are going to switch teams. There's no way. There's no way.
You know what that means? You know what that means? No one's getting a big contract.
You can't go boom, 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 because Jacobs can't sign on Tuesday and break the deal, and then Wednesday.
Because he's gonna be like, look at the season I had. Give me all this money. They're gonna be like, there's a dozen guys that are like you. We'll go sign one of them.
Yeah, but do you remember when Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald signed like back-to-back weeks, and it was like record-breaking the next day after the next day? The top 2 guys might set the market, but the other else is going to be like chase numbers.
But it's running backs. Nobody pays them like that anymore.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of craziness.
It's a lot of shuffling. Yeah, it's gonna be wild for drafting for us next year.
100%. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, I might have to adjust my keepers. So that was running backs.
All right, wide receivers,
divas, if you will, because these are all little girls. They act like little girls. They're very, look at this. I went on last week with the one I was on, rather, said, so many great receiver play, this was not the case. But I'm giving the high to Godwin because I don't know, like he hasn't put up numbers like that in a while. I think he had like 12 catches, 110 yards, a touchdown, 29 points or so. Like it was just like, that was a staple for him. He'd come back from the injury. It's like a good high. Like, good for you making the list week 13, but you made the list. That's huge.
12 catches is big, just in general.
Suck.
For a receiver, yeah. Especially in PPR. Yeah. Bucks.
Who you got, Lau?
I have a little shout out to somebody in your team, Mr. St. Brown, helping you secure the victory. Having a hell of a season, that guy.
Thank you.
27.9 points, 9 for 122 with a touchdown, and even had a carry for 7 yards. Look at that.
Oh, that was to go almost to overtime. Like that was in the last thing, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
First down.
Oh,
the Bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Game
I appreciate that. Yeah, he was.
Got you.
He did pretty well. Held it down. Set the tone for Thursday for me, which was nice. CeeDee Lamb would have been in there if they counted that as a touchdown. That fucking heel was in. That's bullshit. Heels count when you fall forward, but toes count forward.
It's
but
weird.
heels
There was a
count
catch
back.
in another game where the guy was falling on his knees and he hit the shin. No, hold on. He hit his shin.
It doesn't make
and then he hit his knee
sense.
out of bounds. And they're like, oh, the shin first counts. In what scenario? How often is that you're falling?
Yeah, against Baltimore. Great.
It doesn't happen. Put an ankle and a heel.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Toe tapping?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if other sports acted like this?
Soccer. Oh, sorry.
Well, I said sports.
Yeah, that's the greatest sport.
I believe we just tied the country that's been playing it since they were 2.
I'm just saying, like, can you imagine if they're like, oh, a travel is interpreted 16 different ways?
Yeah, it's stupid. There's no concrete rule.
It's stupid.
Because they're freak athletes.
All right. My high for the week.
They just don't call traveling anymore.
No, that's stupid. T. Higgins. Not to be confused with Charles Higgins. T. Higgins went 7 for 114 and a touchdown. A cool, easy 31 points. So, and a lot of that was in the second half, too, because he was ghost quiet. Because I had him in daily. He was ghost quiet, and then at the end, there comes the super stack, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. So it's it's where it's at. 31
Ghost
points
quiet.
without blinking.
All right.
He was ghost quiet.
Shout out to not picking the top guy again because we
speaking
talked
of
about
Ghost
Justin
Quiet,
Jefferson
we're going to
so much.
go on to the lows. But before we go into the lows, I would like to point out a Ghost Quiet in last week's matchup because there's no way to fit it in.
That's the Fantasy Football League.
There's no way to tie this in any other segment we do. So I would just want to point out that there was a matchup where we had 2 tight ends against each other.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did they go Ghost Quiet,
Yeah.
they were in the graveyard
Tyler Higbee.
before the game even started. We had, I believe it was 2 tight ends with 0 versus 0. So the projections start, and you're probably wondering, like, oh, this guy needs, like, why is my projections going down? I think one guy didn't even play. I believe he was out. I think, Higbee.
Juwan Johnson?
He was, like, hurt or something. And then Juwan Johnson had a touchdown.
So
he got it in his hands, and it popped out of the end zone. It was, like, the only chance he had for a catch. Didn't get it. So, goose egg versus goose egg. You never see it. You see it. Same position against in the same matchup. That's exciting. But to keep the theme along, we're going to go to quarterback lows. These are so much more fun. You can be as animated as you want. So I start off with Dak Prescott. You would think on the internet that the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. You would think they are. We them boys are back. Dak Prescott threw 2 picks. Like,
we're them boys.
Didn't cover the spread against the Giants.
We're them boys.
Barely beat the Giants, who was a 7-3 team in their own right. But you're like, oh, we big deal, okay? Like, they were depleted. They had linemen, wide receivers, nothing. And now Dak had like 15 points. And he so Dak stinks. The Cowboys stink. I hope they get Odell so they can explode from the inside. And that's it. I would love to put Odell some point in this rest of the weeks in this low category, but for now, I will use Dak Prescott. Good job, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell us how you really feel, huh?
You just became unfrozen, by the way. That's how long you were frozen on my screen.
He's been fine.
More importantly, what's your upgrade percentage?
Who's next?
Okay, we're good.
99. 99.
Anyway, I'll take it over from here. A guy that was mentioned already, the starting quarterback for our 12 team that scored the least out of everyone, Marcus Mariota, 15.7. He had 49 yards on the ground, which is good, but 174 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick. Clearly didn't matter because... oh, wait, no, actually, that did matter. Pablo could have used some points. I was confusing that with Jeff for some reason, but yeah, maybe a little more from him would have helped. I know Jose shouted out that he's been having him all season, but he was the lowest. He was the lowest out of the starters, and yeah, now he's in first place.
Yeah,
Falcons.
I think the Falcons are like in first place, so it's like ironic that Mariota's leading two teams to the first place. Crazy.
It's true.
Like that's
his back is getting heavy. That's true.
Lau,
hey, Lau, can you fact check that? Can you fact check that while I fact check you? Because
what's up?
He was not the lowest quarterback started. I selected the lowest quarterback started. Because anytime you start at less than Marcus Mariota, got to be the low. At 15.2, Jimmy
Yes,
G.
that's what I thought you were going to say too, Loud. I thought you had Jimmy. I thought you were picking Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
You looked at the wrong weeks.
Me or you?
No, Jimmy G was low. Jimmy G was low. I know it. I'll tell you why after.
Well, I'll check now because I'm pretty sure it was Jimmy G.
Was Garoppolo started in our league?
Yeah, Ronnie started him. I'll double check right now.
All right. Yeah, you're right. All right.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G, 15.2 points.
Lowest. There we go.
I didn't look up any of the numbers because it didn't matter, but I saw 15.2 and I said it's lower than Mariota. Boom, he gets the nod.
That's it. It's all it takes sometimes. We got the eye test.
So, speaking of 15, I'm going to jump right into my low running back of the week. He had 15 yards. 3.1 points, Kareem Hunt. All right.
All right.
And that's that.
Back off your
that
terrible quarterback play. I will go with the same team for the running back, and I went with Christian McCaffrey. I didn't remember seeing him once on the TV screen. I had to, we got to do the segment, so I got to do my research, and I'm scrolling. I'm like, McCaffrey had what? He had like 7 or 8 points or something. Are the Niners good? I don't know. McCaffrey certainly wasn't, but I mean, I need I don't know. That's just like a McCaffrey stat. I don't know what the stat line is. I just know he didn't do anything great. So maybe it's fizzling out. I don't know. Let's not get ahead of it. But McCaffrey stunk, and that's how you get on this list, by stinking. Duh. Take it away, Loud. Who's your second lowest running back by points that you got confused with?
Yeah, I know, right? Before we start, to come back to your fact check, the Falcons are in second place. They're 5-7. The Bucs are 5-6. So the Bucs are winning their conference with winning their division with a losing record, just because the team below them lost one more, even though they won the same.
Falcons are 5-7, and then the Saints and the Carolina are 4-8. There's only a game behind. So there's a chance you're going to win that division with a losing record. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Tom Brady does it again. All right. Take it away with the running back.
Wild.
Or
anyway,
the running back.
My running back Somebody on my team. We're gonna have to sit down, have a little talk, do better of the moment, do better moment of the week.
Give it to him.
Come on, man. Damian Pierce put up a 3.7 in week 11 and a 4.6 this past week. I'm gonna need more from you, bud. I'm gonna need more from Houston. Do something. Do something. It's not do better anymore. It's do something.
On behalf of Cobra Kai, we thank you and are very appreciative that you're limiting Damian Pierce to under 5 points, because when Travis Etienne went out, I cried.
Yeah.
And then I saw Damian Pierce just not move, and I go, oh, there's still a chance.
100%.
So now we're going to close with the receivers. There wasn't a lot to pick. There was nothing stood out. I don't know how you guys made your decisions. I don't know if you went with the obvious low or something, but it didn't matter. So I went with Alan Lazard because, like the Packers, it doesn't matter. Christian Watson now is the new Alan Lazard, so he's like the new cool Packer receiver for 4 weeks.
No, he's the new Devontae Adams.
Yeah, sure. I guess so, but he's Alan Lazard was I don't know. It's funny. How long has he been in the league? What college did he go to? What round was he taken? Who the is Alan Lazard? Do we know? We don't. They try to make us think we knew him. We don't know this guy. I don't know if he's a rookie or is he a fifth-year senior. I know nothing about this kid. I don't know a goddamn thing about him. And that's what's funny, because you're saying a name that sounds like Lizard. Who cares? You're on the team where Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, and no one knows you.
I think he's a 3rd or 4-year player. I think he's been the 3rd receiver in that roster, in that room for the last 3 years.
Alan Lazard.
I think.
I don't even know any Allens. Who is Alan Lazard, bro? Where did he come from? Isn't that crazy?
I don't know.
No one thinks of this stuff. You're watching this guy. He was the number 1 receiver for, I don't know.
Michigan.
That guy did not play in
Michigan.
That guy played for Brooklyn Community College.
I'm getting Michigan or Illinois vibes. Loud.
Troy.
Give me some. Alan Lazard. Vanderbilt.
Alan Lazard. Lizard Gang. Who are you? Loud, tell us.
I'd just like to point out something
Wow,
that I have the most technical stuff running as it is. All 3 of us are in front of electronic devices, and I do all the fact checking.
We're talking. Yeah,
because we got to talk. Because we got to talk.
Yeah,
I know.
So who is?
Anyway,
so can you please?
He went to the prestigious school of Iowa State.
I was close. Close. Illinois, you know that if you live in New Jersey, Iowa, and Illinois are the same shit.
That's
no, not at all.
Thank you.
If you said Ohio,
what round was he taken?
Yes.
4th. Oh,
what year?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I don't know.
Was it the 4th? Oh, fuck. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Lazard signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars as an undrafted free agent.
Thank you.
On April 30th, 2018.
2018, boy.
He was with.
He wasn't on our fantasy league in 2019 or 20.
It gets better.
Oh, God.
April 2018, signed undrafted. Waived on September 1st.
Wow.
Signed to their practice squad September 2nd.
Wow.
Then picked up by the Packers from December 18th.
Wow.
Listen, kudos to him for making it, because he's still somebody and he's still getting paid and he's making a living, and we're having a podcast for free, wasting our time. So he's obviously
Iowa, went to high school in
got his
Iowa,
deal.
went to college in Iowa. That's just a fun fact I just read myself. He's an Iowa boy to his roots. So that's how you make the list, Alan Lazard.
Right.
That's the most press you'll get. You're not going to see this on Skip Bayless, Shannon. You're not going to get this on none of those. You come to here to get the Alan Lazard hot takes. Loud, if you could gather your thoughts again, and start and give us your low receiver.
First off, I'd like to take back everything we just said about this man. He made $3.986 million this year.
That's what I said. I immediately dialed it back because I said, we're talking smash about this guy, but he obviously means something to the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Yeah. He's also an NFL athlete. Like, come on.
You guys are so
Correct.
Anyway.
the receiver. Give me a receiver to rip. Who you pick, Loud? Joey, he picks going around.
Wait. Who had the high of Chris Godwin?
Me.
Okay, well, somebody suffered at the hands of Chris Godwin getting all those points. Because Mike Evans did not get to do much. He had, I think it was 5.1.
Low receiver week this week. Low receiver week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's really nothing to say about Mike Evans. He's an uber talented receiver. I think he signed one of the highest paid receiver contracts at his time, only to be eclipsed by like Odell Beckham, and then is better than Odell Beckham. So, 5.1. Okay, let me just jump real quick into my low. Now, here's my low. If Joshua Allen scores 32.8 points, has 253 yards, has 3 touchdowns, yet you're a receiver on that team and you have 4 catches for 38 yards, 7.8 points, Gabe Davis, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yikes.
Can't.
Yeah.
It can't happen. If I'm AJ, I'm pissed. Because Isaiah McKenzie got all the points. And he's been on the
100%.
waiver wire for 3 weeks after AJ couldn't trade him.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh.
crazy.
Speaking of do better, man, one thing that I forgot to point out with Evans, he had 2 catches for 31 yards despite being targeted 9 times.
Yeah, but I heard a lot of people talking shit that those were uncatchable targets. That Tom Brady was just because he threw him the ball. You know who gets a lot of targets but can't catch the ball? Fucking Michael Pittman. Because the fucking targets
So does
suck.
his quarterback.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Correct.
They still
Yet they
still
played
helped you enough this
against
week.
each other in the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, no. I'm good this week. I love them. Okay, that wraps up our ridiculously long segment of highs and lows for week number 12. Let's jump right in to this week's bold predictions.
Got it.
Oh, Swami Jake.
Just came
Digging
to
into
me.
his thoughts.
This is off the rip. This is live. Live.
Okay, let's hear it. Well, hold on. What happened to the bold predictions last week? Do we have a recap on those?
I did terrible.
I don't remember. I record a lot. Somebody else has to
Davis was gonna get 2 touchdowns. That didn't happen.
Damn.
Let's see.
I predicted a tie.
Yeah,
that
there you
didn't
go.
happen.
Well, you're the one who brought
I
it
forgot
up.
what
And
I
you don't know your own
predicted.
Okay. Let's see. This is completely just. Yeah, I
You have one or no? 'Cause I have
It's Alan Lazard.
So say
Alan
Is this stealth
Lazard
tactic, or-
to score 100 receiving yards, something he hasn't done since week, I don't know, like 3 apparently. He's going to dip back into the old memory bank. Remember how to catch 100-yard game for Alan Lazard. I think that's bold enough, being if you haven't done it in like 8 weeks, I would say it's bold. And it's Alan Lazard, and he makes $3.98 million, and he went to Iowa, and he was undrafted by Jacksonville. That Alan Lazard. Let's go, baby.
Week 4
Week
was his
3.
last 100-yard game.
Or 4.
4. It was the third game
Thank
he played.
Off the rip. I mean,
Got you.
Loud, do you have a bold prediction?
I do. It's simple. It's more of a bit of a brag. I'm going to be back in first place next
what a
week.
jerk.
That's the game, baby.
Of course, I've
That's
now
terrible.
judged myself to lose, but
It's bold. How's that sound?
I mean, that's
Low hanging.
that's crazy. That's not nice.
No.
All right. Here's a bold prediction.
All right.
We are witnessing a matchup that has Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, and Cordell Patterson. And I am predicting that everyone gets a touchdown. It is going to be a firefight because the scores are going to go through the fucking roof because ESPN can't project shit. I'm telling you what I predict. Touchdowns fucking for everybody. All the running backs in that game are getting touchdowns.
That's
McCaffrey,
wild.
Kamara, Patterson, Jacobs, Eckler, Mixon. They're going to fucking wide receivers better step up. X factor all of them because the running backs are all going to eat. All of them. So,
I like that one. Nicely done.
well, that wraps it up. We're right under an hour, folks. So enjoy your Thursday.
Sir.
If you listen to this podcast while you take a shit in the morning, you're probably going to have to listen to it in the shower, on your ride there, making your breakfast, getting your sandwich.
As long as you're not
Having
playing in
lunch.
the background of any USA soccer games, because that's it. We're going to the top. We're going to take down Netherlands. It's going to be freaking crazy. All those Dutch people with their giant heads and their big wooden clogs. We're taking them down. We're going to go straight to the top. It's going to be a great day for this country because, not like on any other day. It's great to be here. We love it. Freedom rules. The right to do the things we do is amazing. Team America, always and forever. And that's it. Everyone else, take a back seat. We're doing things. We're winning soccer. It's not our main sport. Can you imagine if England made a football team and they came over and played our best teams and they tied us? We'd be pissed. We'd be pissed. You think Kane and those people are going to come over here and beat our all-pros? No. We went into and played England, a sport they don't know how to use their hands. They eat with their feet. They're born soccer athletes. And we tied them to guys who played soccer with. These are baseball players first, football players first, swimmers first. They don't play no goddamn soccer, and they took England to a 0. So that's a W. Just remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind for the rest of your day. Just remember, if we could tie England in their sport.
I need you to explain these soccer matchups to me every time because I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of it. All I'm saying is that everybody gets so energized for the men getting to the fucking knockout round of 16, yet the women have won back-to-back World Cups and nobody gets energetic about it. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Fucking get past the round of 16. Get to the final 4.
Wage
Do
equality.
something. Don't fucking. I'm actually. I'm celebrating the Sweet 16. I'm celebrating the Sweet 16. Final 4
Wage
plus.
equality. Out.
No. You got to think of it like March Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet 16 is important.
Yeah, but I'm not parading in the streets.
When you don't make March Madness.
I mean, we're talking about. You guys are. ESPN's getting all fucked up because the top plays are soccer. That's how jacked up this is because everybody's so great and animated for
That's the way it
soccer.
should be. Freedom rules.
Okay.
ESPN.
It's hockey. It's hockey on land.
ESPN.
Nothing.
Support base. Out.
Get soccer off the
It's
podcast.
football.
Never.
That's it, Fantasy Football League. That's it.
All right. So long. Week number 13. Let's go. Get it, Tom. I'm coming for you, brother.
Bro.